What's up, fellow Homo sapiens? Today we're going to take a look at 6 mind-boggling theories about our evolution, both cultural and physical. So let's get into it. Number 1, the Aquatic Ape Theory. Have you ever woken up in the morning and thought, wow, us anatomically modern humans have a lot in common with marine mammals? My guess is you probably haven't. But pathologist Max Wessenhofer and marine biologist Sir Alistair Hardy most certainly did. In fact, they saw so many similarities between humans and aquatic mammals that they hypothesized that humans must have evolved, at least partially, from semi-aquatic apes. According to this hypothesis, humans developed several distinguishing features from these apes, including bipedalism, hairlessness, descended larynxes, complex auditory communication patterns, and birthing fat babies. Humans also possess many useful amphibious abilities. For instance, we are capable of holding our breath underwater, diving, and racking up 28 Olympic medals in swimming while using recreational drugs. While it is true that many terrestrial mammals are proficient swimmers, humans are the only great ape that possesses extensive aquatic abilities. Although there are many notable similarities between humans and aquatic mammals, the aquatic ape hypothesis is not widely accepted by scientists and anthropologists. The evidence for the existence of aquatic apes is considered contradictory and lacking. However, humans' preferences for living nearby bodies of water, particularly coastal regions, almost certainly influenced our aquatic abilities to some degree. Some theorists have suggested that a waterside hypothesis of human evolution is far more probable than a full-blown aquatic ape hypothesis. Number 2, Drunken Agriculture. Agriculture is truly one of humanity's greatest achievements. It has been a major part of nearly every human society since its conception. The agricultural revolution ultimately resulted in cities, governments, currencies, and exponentially better control over food supplies. However, some researchers have argued that agriculture may have been adopted for a far less sophisticated purpose: to get drunk. Although it is impossible to determine exactly when humans started to habitually consume alcohol, a bloody long time ago seems to be a fair guess. Researchers in the field usually credit the Natufian people of the eastern Mediterranean for developing agriculture around 10,000 years ago. It has been suggested that since the Natufians were only able to cultivate a small amount of grain, they would have opted to use it in the most rewarding way possible: to make beer. What could be more rewarding than making beer? Seriously though, I can genuinely not answer that question. Many grain-based alcohols also have several beneficial nutritional properties. When you think about it, there really is no downside to alcohol consumption. There are of course dangers to alcohol consumption, and New World Old Problems reminds you to both consume alcohol and be responsible while consuming it. It is uncertain what exactly initiated the agricultural revolution, but booze may very well have played a part. Number 3. Anaximander's theory. The theory of evolution is one of the most well-tested scientific theories of all time and is almost universally accepted by scientists. Unfortunately, undeniable scientific truth does not always necessitate popular opinion.
He made all of the land animals. Dinosaurs were land animals because they walked on their legs. They were made on the 6th day, the same day as Adam, and so they definitely lived at the same time.
America. Remarkably, an ancient Greek philosopher named Anaximander predicted evolution in the 6th century BC. While most people in the 6th century BC explained human origin through some kind of silly fairy tale, Anaximander theorized
that from warmed-up water and earth emerged either fish or entirely fish-like animals. Inside these animals, man took form, and embryos were held prisoner until puberty. Only then, after these animals burst out, could men and women come out, now able to feed themselves.
In all fairness, Anaximander's theory was more of a silly fairy tale than a scientific discovery, but it was a remarkably accurate silly fairy tale nonetheless. Stephen Hawking even said that Anaximander's theory may have been humanity's first inkling of evolution. Number 4. Neanderthal Medicine. Neanderthals are often depicted as unsophisticated, brutish, half-naked, club-swinging idiots, kind of like John Daly back in the mullet days. However, there is evidence to suggest that Neanderthals were far more sophisticated than the caveman stereotype implies. Admittedly, Neanderthals may have shared something in common with Mr. Daly, an acknowledgement that chemical substances can have biological effects. Although, arguably, our distant relatives use this information in a much more constructive manner. I should probably take this time to say Neanderthal is a more accurate pronunciation than Neanderthal, but we're about to keep it phonic up in here. Sorry, Germans. An analysis of skeletal remains suggests that Neanderthals made remedies out of yarrow and chamomile. Soil analysis on Paleolithic grave sites in northern Iraq uncovered evidence of pollen belonging to plants with well-known medicinal uses, although this evidence is now disputed. Mushroom spores have also been discovered on Neanderthal tools. Although it is not possible to identify mushroom species solely by the spore samples, it has been speculated that the fungi may have been used medicinally. The discovery also corresponds with the long-standing theory proposed by both fringe and mainstream scientists that psychedelic funguses were used by our ancient ancestors and may have played a role in our physical and cultural evolution. Okay, so they didn't have X-ray machines and MRI scanners, but it's remarkable that they experimented with medicine at all, considering they became extinct around 32,000 years ago. To put things into perspective, bloodletting, which consists of cutting a person open and letting them bleed out, was one of the most common medical treatments up until the 19th century. Even today, there is no shortage of bullshit medicine.
Coffee beans. And when turned into a supplement, this miracle pill can burn fat fast.
Number 5. The human population loss. If you have ever been stuck in gridlock or gone to Chinatown, you understand that human population density is getting out of control. We are quickly approaching Earth's maximum carrying capacity of about 8 to 10 billion people. Since we live in an age where a mass plague would be unequivocally beneficial, it is hard to believe that humans were ever a meek or threatened species. However, analysis of genetic record and Earth's volcanic history suggests that humanity's population drastically plummeted sometime between 100,000 and 50,000 years ago. Rapid population declines are often referred to as bottlenecks. Researchers suggest that the eruption of the Toba supervolcano approximately 70 to 80,000 years ago resulted in a severe bottleneck in human population. It is estimated that the total human population may have fell below 10,000. This means that Homo sapiens were at one point an endangered species. To put this in perspective, there are roughly 30 times more African elephants in the wild today than there were humans during the bottleneck. It is truly humbling to imagine that at one point all of humanity could fit comfortably into a small town. I hope you have gained a new appreciation for your existence. Number 6. Human evolution is dead. Considering all the human animals we encounter on a daily basis, it is hard to believe that there is only one species of human currently living. But it's true, and it's not likely to change anytime soon. In evolutionary terms, our species has existed for a relatively short time, but Homo sapiens have nonetheless demonstrated a remarkable resilience to speciation. Even human populations that have been isolated for tens of thousands of years, such as those found in Papua New Guinea and Australia, have not diverged from the species. Now consider how interconnected human populations currently are. On top of that, our technological capabilities, especially in medical science, strongly challenge natural selective processes. For example, nearly everyone living in the developed world will reach sexual maturity, and therefore be able to pass on genes that may have otherwise been selected out. Although we have demonstrated ourselves to be an evolutionary anomaly, we are still carbon-based life forms, and therefore are still subject to evolution. Though some theorize our most pronounced evolutionary advancements are bound to be technological. Alright y'all, I hope you liked the video. If you did, I'll make another one. In fact, I'll probably make another one even if you hate it. So, please like and subscribe if you feel like doing so, and until next time, cheers.